What if I told you that a star in our night sky could one day explode so brightly it would outshine the moon, cast shadows at night, and be visible during the day? This is not some distant cosmic drama that unfolds billions of light years away. This is happening right now. Betelgeuse, also known as the Baylor star, is a massive red giant. It's incredibly massive, unstable, and on the verge of blowing up. When it does, the explosion, known as a supernova, will be one of the largest radioactive explosions in the universe, releasing more energy than a billion suns. The James Webb telescope has recently observed an abrupt 250% increase in Betelgeuse's brightness. This unusual behavior has sparked interest, as some experts believe the brightness surge could indicate that Betelgeuse is preparing to explode. However, the exact timing of this event remains uncertain. Experts predict it could happen soon or it could take much longer. There's no way to know for sure. When we talk about Betelgeuse, we're not just talking about a star, we're talking about one of the largest stars ever known to us. Imagine this. If we were to pluck Betelgeuse from its home and place it at the center of our solar system, its outer edges would stretch well beyond Jupiter's orbit. In other words, this star would swallow Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and even some of the asteroids beyond. It's 1,400 times larger than our Sun. The sheer size of Betelgeuse is enough to leave anyone awestruck. But Betelgeuse isn't just big, it's close, at least in astronomical terms. Located just 640 light-years away, it's practically a neighbor. This proximity allows us to study its every move in real time. Most stars are so far away that by the time we observe them, we're essentially looking at ancient history. But with Betelgeuse, we can witness changes that are happening within a cosmic blink of an eye. And these changes have been odd. Betelgeuse isn't like most stars that quietly burn for billions of years. It's a semi-regular variable star, meaning its brightness fluctuates over time. Think of it as a heart that beats visibly for us to see. For centuries, Betelgeuse has brightened and dimmed in a steady rhythm, with a typical cycle of around 400 days. But something strange happened in recent years. Starting in 2019, Betelgeuse began to behave erratically. It dimmed so dramatically that scientists thought the star might be on the verge of going supernova. At one point, it lost over half its brightness. A dip so significant that astronomers around the world watched in suspense. Was this it? Was Betelgeuse finally about to explode? As it turns out, Betelgeuse wasn't collapsing, it was shedding its outer layers. The star had ejected a massive portion of its atmosphere, essentially creating a giant cloud of gas and dust that temporarily blocked its light. It was a spectacular event, but it wasn't the end. Betelgeuse soon rebounded, brightening once more. Then, in May 2023, something even more extraordinary happened. Betelgeuse's brightness surged by 150%, far surpassing its usual luminosity. Dr. Andrea Dupree from Harvard and her team have been tracking these changes closely, noting that Betelgeuse is now the 7th brightest star in the sky, up from its usual 10th position. This sudden surge has puzzled scientists. What's going on inside this giant star? Are these surges just the beginning of something much bigger? To understand why Betelgeuse is so fascinating, we need to take a closer look at what's happening inside. Betelgeuse is a red supergiant, an ancient star nearing the end of its life. It's burning through the last stages of nuclear fuel in its core, starting with lighter elements like hydrogen and helium and moving on to heavier ones like carbon, oxygen, and silicon. Think of it like a car running out of gas. First, it burns through the easy-to-use fuel, but as it gets closer to empty, it has to rely on less efficient reserves. Right now, Betelgeuse is burning through its last drops, fusing heavier elements in a desperate attempt to keep itself from collapsing. Eventually, it will run out of options. When it reaches the point where its core is full of iron, it's game over. Iron doesn't fuse, so when that moment comes, Betelgeuse's core will collapse under its own immense gravity, triggering a catastrophic explosion known as a supernova. But the big question remains, when will this happen? Let's go back to the event that had everyone holding their breath, the Great Dimming of 2019. 4 months, Betelgeuse's light faded to a fraction of its usual brilliance. Was this the precursor to the long-anticipated supernova? In the end, the answer was no. Scientists discovered that Betelgeuse had violently ejected a portion of its outer atmosphere, creating a massive cloud of dust that temporarily blocked its light. While this wasn't the big event we were hoping for, it was a stark reminder that Betelgeuse is in the final throes of its life. But here's where things get really interesting. Betelgeuse hasn't quite returned to normal since the Great Dimming. Its brightness cycles, which used to last 400 days, have sped up significantly, now taking only around 130 days. This rapid change has astronomers on the edge of their seats. What exactly is Betelgeuse trying to tell us? Will Betelgeuse go supernova in our lifetime? Supernovae are the universe's most violent and spectacular fireworks. When Betelgeuse finally explodes, the light show will be unlike anything humanity has ever witnessed. It could shine so brightly that it would be visible even during the day for weeks. At night, the explosion could cast eerie shadows across the ground. Some experts believe that Betelgeuse could explode within the next few decades, while others think we might still be hundreds or even thousands of years away from the big event. NASA estimates that Betelgeuse is unlikely to go supernova for another 100,000 years. Yet, with the star's erratic behavior in recent years, the question lingers: could it happen sooner than we think? When the moment does arrive, the spectacle will be unprecedented. As Betelgeuse collapses, it will unleash a burst of energy so powerful that it could briefly outshine the entire Milky Way galaxy. Within a week, the star's brightness could increase by a factor of 100,000, turning the night into a surreal display of light. It will be visible during the day, and at night, it will be brighter than a full moon, potentially casting shadows for months. Astronomers will study the explosion's aftermath, and telescopes around the world will capture every detail. But despite the extraordinary light show, there's no need to worry. Betelgeuse is far enough away that its supernova won't harm us. In fact, it will offer scientists a rare opportunity to study a supernova up close, something that hasn't happened in our galaxy for over 400 years. But here's the kicker: while Betelgeuse's final explosion is inevitable, we're in a race against time. Every observation we make of the star is actually a glimpse into the past. The light we see from Betelgeuse is over 600 years old. Theoretically, the star could have already exploded, and we just haven't seen it yet because the light from that event hasn't reached us. This possibility adds an extra layer of mystery to the story. We may wake up tomorrow to find Betelgeuse blazing in the sky, or it could remain unchanged for centuries. In the world of astronomy, predicting supernovae is notoriously difficult. Betelgeuse might surprise us at any moment, or it could remain a cosmic enigma, keeping its secrets hidden for eons. The final countdown? Or is it? Betelgeuse's behavior continues to fascinate astronomers and stargazers alike. From the great dimming to its recent brightness surge, this colossal star is keeping us all on our toes. Will it explode in our lifetime? Maybe, maybe not. But one thing is certain: Betelgeuse is a star worth watching. Its ultimate fate will mark one of the most spectacular events in the history of astronomy. When that moment finally arrives, the universe will remind us of its incredible power, and the dazzling light of Betelgeuse will illuminate our understanding of the cosmos in ways we can only imagine. In conclusion, Betelgeuse's dramatic changes in brightness and its massive, unstable nature continue to captivate astronomers and stargazers alike. While the timing of its potential supernova remains uncertain, the sheer scale of this cosmic event promises to reshape our understanding of stellar evolution. Whether it happens tomorrow or in the distant future, Betelgeuse is a ticking celestial time bomb, reminding us of the incredible forces at play in our universe. Until that day, we watch and wait, eager to witness one of the universe's most awe-inspiring spectacles.